Hi, Pleximus here with another episode of Minecraft All the Mods 7 to the Sky. And today I want to talk about 10 tips, tricks and items that I found extremely useful when I started off this mod pack in the first few hours. So I want to make sure if you are starting with this mod pack, just be aware what's available. And check out these 10 tips and tricks. And as soon as you can craft one of these items, I would highly recommend it and use it appropriately. So let's go into the tips and tricks. Number 1, the builder's wand. I guess everybody knows it, but you should not forget in this very specific pack, it is extremely helpful when you want to start off in grinding up your resources. So you see that the easiest one, the stone wand, just 2 sticks and a cobblestone, iron, and so on. I'm sure you know that. But using the wand very early on makes it so much easier for you when you have to sieve down the gravel. So how do you come from cobblestone to gravel? And you just use the wand to really use that in, stacking up all your items, and then the vein miner and the hammer just to get the gravel out of that. And then you can do exactly the same with the gravel to go to sand and then to dust. So the builder's wand, definitely a very good one for preparing the resources to be crushed. Number 2, the hammer. And I'm not talking about the stone hammer here that I have in hand. There are specific hammer, let me show you, that you can use here, these ones from all the ores, that you can use for ore doubling. The easiest one is the copper hammer. And if you're up to platinum, if you sieve that, I made a few platinum because, I don't know what else to do with this ore anyway, and they are much better in terms of durability. But if you take that and you see we have 1 raw iron, you put that on, what you will get out, you get 2 iron dust, and these 2 iron dust you can smelt down to 2 iron ingots. So in fact, what you're doing with these hammer, you're doubling your ores. And at the beginning, when you're first getting your first iron and you need a lot of that, that could be really, really helpful. So as you can see, there is some uses of the ore hammer, the stone hammer, and the wand. They will all get used up, so they have durability. So the next one, number 3, is the repair talisman. Let me quickly show you what the recipe is. That's not so simple, but it's also, on the other hand, not that difficult. So the repair hammer is a string, paper, and then these three dusts that you can easily put together. If you look, it's not that difficult. It's cobblestone, it's coal, it's redstone. Here is 1 diamond, but you will get out 40 of these. So what they are doing, as you can see here, let me quickly check if I can show you this. Actually, no, you cannot see that. But what these talismans are doing, they are repairing, not that one, actually, that's the interesting one. They are repairing your gear. So the wand and this hammer are exactly the same as the paxel. These would be repaired from these talisman. What they are not repairing, I think the important ones are the ore hammers. The other thing that they're not repairing, they cannot repair any Tinker's Construct tools. And they're also not repairing later on, these ones here, these charms of sight. They have a durability, but that did not work on these guys. And important on top of that is they stack. So if you're using something, and let me quickly show you if I have something that needs repair, a sword or so. No, it's everything great. Another wand. Let me quickly get some lose some durability here. So now you see, some of them you can really see the points, the health points, but as you can see on the right hand side, it's going up and down. That means the stuff is repaired at the moment. Even if you don't see it on the text here, on the details, it will be repaired. And now you see it's already done. It's completely done. And the other one is all going up and down, and therefore you can see it's repaired. Okay. Next one is the Philosopher Stone. You should try to craft the Philosopher Stone as soon as possible. And the reason is you can do a lot of things. Let me show you. The Philosopher Stone here is gunpowder, gold, and blaze powder. The blaze powder you will get out of sieving the dust. So it's not a big issue to craft it. But if you look at it, what it can do, and what is really, really important for that, is that you can change and craft a lot of items with it. The first thing is the crafting possibilities. And I'm not very impressed in the gold or the coal or these kind of things. You can change 2 diamonds into emeralds if you need. But what I really used at the beginning, here it is to get ender pearls. That's sometimes tricky really at the beginning, and you can do that with the Philosopher's Stone and iron. So that's a very good recipe. And the other thing is that you can take the Philosopher's Stone and click on several items and they will be transformed. So you will transform water into ice, you can transform lava into obsidian and these kind of things. So you just go over, click on something, and you see it is changed into sand. And I don't know it's going into birch planks. It's not oak anymore. So you really have to check it out. Obsidian is very good. Ice is very good. You can use that sometimes. So craft the Philosopher's Stone as soon as you can. Good. Number 5. When you have the Philosopher's Stone, check out here the bounty board. If you go to the bounty board, you have here the bounty board with the Philosopher's Stone. What you will get as a reward is the Phantom Charm. And I mean, for me, it was at the beginning, it was really terrible. Phantoms were coming all the time. So phantoms can't see you if you have this in your inventory. Just leave it in your inventory. They will fly around. They will be there. Yeah, you see, I just took it down for just a second or something, and they already came. Now, if you have that on and they haven't seen you, now you see that? It's not coming down to me anymore because they cannot see me. I have the charm on. So make sure you get that. You grab the quest reward and put that on so that you can sleep and work a little bit more without these guys disturbing you all the time. Okay, let me go to sleep so that he's not fly around. I don't like this guy. Number 6. As you probably know from some of my earlier videos, I like to play around with integrated dynamics. And the first thing that you need for integrated dynamics is the mineral tree. Now, what I wanted to show you is, let's say you have one of these saplings. And this is also true for all the other trees, but the mannerism is the one that where I discovered it very early on. And you say, you want to put it down here? Then you say, okay, there's dirt, fantastic. And then you have to sneak, and you see the green stars, but nothing's happening. Okay, probably it's not on dirt. Probably it's just growing on grass, isn't it? You're doing it, you're sneaking, nothing's happening. So reminder, if the tree, when the tree wants to grow, and normally the tree has not only, it needs more than just 1 block, as the mineral tree here. This guy needs 5 blocks. If he doesn't have the space on grass or on dirt, he will not grow. Very simple. So keep that in mind if you're putting it somewhere and then you have no idea why it's not working, because happened to me. Number 7, I would highly recommend, guys, build a backpack. It must not be the one here in the beginning, because as you can see, that's a diamond backpack. But build one, it's extremely helpful. And the other thing that I would say, in addition to these backpacks, grab the feeding upgrade. There's a normal feeding upgrade or the advanced feeding upgrade. You can then select what you want to eat and when you want to eat. If you should eat with just, if a half point or 1 point is down, or later on, you can try and play around with these things. But it's really, really helpful. If you're fighting, it feeds the player immediately. Or if you're not fighting, it will also feed you if you're losing some hunger points. So it's really, really good. Put something in there, and don't go with a normal potato or something. You are playing modded. Do something with it. Really craft it. Mashed potato I'm using quite often. So look at some good food and put it together. And here in the backpack, it's extremely useful to have the feeding upgrade. Okay. Number 8. Number 8 is a very simple one. Let me show you. Oh, nothing's working here. Oh, now you can hear it. And that can be very loud, these mechanism machines. And the easy thing is, I don't know if you saw that already, but there is a muffler. So there's a specific add-on here. And if you go down here and say, that's a mechanism machine, okay, it's the crusher here. And I don't want to hear that anymore, this guy. You can simply switch it off. And yes, I know for the mechanism machines, they have upgrades. You see? You see it's working, but you cannot hear anything because I just switched it off. So use the muffler, just put in search what you want to switch off, and yeah, it's much better than building all of these mechanism upgrades, or also for other stuff that there is no other possibility to get rid of the sound. But there is one thing, and this is number 9. If you don't have the muffler in any other mod pack, just as a little hint, let me see if I can getting them to work. If I take out some of the, yeah. Now you can see they're working. They're really loud. Did you know you can very easily switch the sound off? And that's it. It's a lot better than before. Okay, but of course, with the muffler here, you can even bring it down even more than that. You can really switch it off. Number 10, and that's the last one. Number 10 is a little bit difficult to show, to be honest, but it's really important if you start automating a lot of processes. And I have 2 actually here. The one was over at Potenia, but also this one. This process here, and you will see that how I built that in the previous video where I was talking about the generating the latex. And the plastic is, we have here the integrated dynamic, and the world block importer will take a block, will break it, and will take the stripped acacia log and will put it into the chest. The important thing is, if you're playing on a server, and let's say you have here the FTP chunks active. I don't know if anybody has, but if you have that, and you have selected these chunks and claimed them, so that you're saying, okay, there cannot be any griefing, or there will no mob spawn taking place. So if you have claimed these chunks where this specific automation will take place, then the integrated dynamics, or I also think AE2, cannot break the block. So if you don't see that this guy is breaking the block, make sure you haven't claimed it. Of course, there can be other things that are wrong, but this was that was a hard headache. It took me quite a long time to find out what's happening, why is that not working. But at the end of the day, I got it, because the game is saying there's a block and it belongs to somebody else, and you cannot break that because it belongs to the player. With that, I hope you got something out of it. some good new information, a few tips and tricks. And if you are playing the mod pack, you will use them. And for you, it will be a lot easier. Thank you very much for watching. If you liked it, leave me a like, subscribe, and I see you in the next one.